If you want to create habits that stick, you have to give yourself grace. Not every day will be perfect, and that's okay. The habit to focus on here is learning to talk to yourself kindly.
Sober Stage, the podcast where we dive deep into raw and honest conversations about living life substance-free. And now, here's your host, Jaclyn McBride.
Welcome to Sober Stage, the podcast where we dive deep into living boldly and substance-free. I'm Jaclyn McBride, and I'm excited to kick off this journey with you. Today, as we prepare to step into the new year, I want to talk to you about something that can transform your life: habits. Not resolutions that fade by February, but habits that stick and help you thrive in your sober journey and beyond. Whether you've been living substance-free for a while or you're just starting out, the new year is an incredible time to reflect and build habits that will empower you to live your fullest, most authentic life. Let's talk about how to start fresh and create habits that matter. Number 1, start small and celebrate the wins. We've all heard the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Well, neither is a sober, thriving life. The first habit I want to suggest is starting small and celebrating progress. Instead of overloading yourself with huge goals, focus on tiny, manageable steps that build momentum. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, committing to 5 minutes of journaling, or taking a short walk after dinner. These small wins matter. They're the building blocks of life that feel light and full of possibility. I remember when I first started on my journey to sobriety, I used to beat myself up for not doing enough. But I realized that even showing up for myself in a small way, like saying no to a drink or taking 10 minutes to sit in stillness, was huge. And you know what? Over time, those small habits became big wins. Number 2. Commit to morning routines. If you take one habit into the new year, let it be this. Create a simple morning routine that sets the tone for your day. Mornings are powerful. They're a clean slate. Your routine doesn't have to be fancy or complicated. It might look like this. Wake up, take a deep breath. Set an intention for the day. And write down one thing you're grateful for. Boom, 5 minutes and you're already grounded and focused. What would your mornings look like if you replaced chaos with calm? How might your day change if you started with gratitude and purpose instead of rushing or stress? A good morning habit isn't just about productivity. It's about self-respect. Number 3, prioritize connection over isolation. One of the biggest game changers for me in substance-free living was learning to lean into connection. Sobriety can feel isolating at times, especially if you're surrounded by a culture that glorifies alcohol. But you don't have to do it alone. Make it a habit to connect, whether it's reaching out to a friend, joining a support group, or spending time with loved ones who lift you up. Connection reminds us that we're not alone, and it's a powerful motivator to keep going. If you're listening to this podcast, let me just say this. You're already a part of the Sober Stage community. You are not alone in this. Number 4, replace old habits with empowering ones. When we let go of substances, there's often a void, a space that used to be filled with drinking or numbing. But here's the thing. That space isn't a bad thing. It's an opportunity to fill your life with something empowering. Think about it. What did you always want to do but never made time for? Was it yoga, painting, hiking, or learning a new skill? Instead of focusing on what you're giving up, focus on what you're gaining. Habit replacement is a powerful tool in creating a substance-free life. For me, it was journaling and learning to listen to my intuition. Those habits gave me something to turn to when I felt overwhelmed or tempted. What could yours be? Number 5, practice radical self-compassion. This one is big, self-compassion. If you want to create habits that stick, you have to give yourself grace. Not every day will be perfect, and that's okay. The habit to focus on here is learning to talk to yourself kindly. When you slip or miss a day, don't spiral into shame. Instead, remind yourself, I'm human and I'm learning. Compassion isn't weakness, it's strength. It's what keeps you moving forward when things feel hard. Number 6, visualization and intention setting. Another powerful habit for the new year is visualization. Spend a few minutes every day picturing the life you want to create. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine yourself living boldly, free from substances, full of joy and thriving. Pair that with intention setting. At the start of each day, ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? What one thing can I do to move closer to my goals? This habit rewires your mind to focus on what's possible instead of what's holding you back. So as we step into this new year, I challenge you to focus on one habit to start, just one. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier, journaling at night, or joining a sober community. Whatever it is, commit to it and celebrate the progress, not perfection. Remember, this isn't about being rigid or forcing yourself into change. It's about creating a life you're excited to live, a life that reflects your strength and your values. You are capable of so much more than you realize, and this new year is your time to shine. Thank you for stepping onto the stage with me today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who could use a little encouragement as they start their new year. Don't forget to subscribe and visit soberstagepodcast.com for more inspiration and community. I'll see you next time on the Sober Stage. Until then, keep showing up for yourself. You are worth it.
Thank you for joining us on Sober Stage with your host, Jaclyn McBride. Stay strong, stay inspired. For more, visit soberstagepodcast.com. Until next time, who's ready to step up on the stage?